today we're doing the video handover for the Sprite Major 4 S-Line. So first of all, when you get it on site, the first thing you have to do, of course, is drop all of the legs and level it up. Okay. And then as we go around the caravan now, this is set up for propane gas with the propane bottle, and it's opposite thread to put it in. Always remember to turn your gas on when you're on site and when you're leaving to turn it off. Okay, your spare wheels in the front. The water pump goes in this one here, and to open this there's a little square we put our thumb on and it opens it, and to close it we do exactly the same. Just put your thumb on and close it, so don't bang it, otherwise it'll break. So to put the water pump in, nice and easy, push it in, get the clip here and let it close, and that's it. Water pump, push the water pump into the barrel and make sure that it's at the bottom of the barrel so you can get all the water out. Okay, we'll just put that back. This is your battery box, so you will need to put a battery in there. We do have a section on batteries on one of our YouTube pages if you want to have a look. Then as we come down the caravan, also in the battery box, this is where we plug our mains in, with the mains lead that goes in there and then off to the mains on site if we're going to run on electric. Fridge vents, always make sure you keep those clear so the fridge can breathe. This is so you can put your fresh water in with a little bit of pink. Don't tow with it full. Okay, and in the winter we empty it as well to drain it down. In the bottom here we have the cassette. To empty the cassette we take it up, lift the trigger up, pull it out. If we get to this point here and we can't get it out, it's stiff and it's really stiff, it won't come. It means we haven't closed the flap on the inside. So always remember to close the flap inside before you open it. So then we pull it out. It is on wheels, it does have an handle, and then we take it away to the Elson point. When we get to the Elson point, we lift the orange pipe up, we take the top off, we put that away safe, we make sure we don't drop it down the Elson, because if we do we won't get it back. And then to empty, we tip it up and we press this button here and that lets air in. You will have to turn it upside down to get everything out. Okay, then when we've done that, we put a little bit of fresh water in, we put a little bit of blue in there, we put the top back on. We can use the measuring jug we've got there to measure out our blue, to put it in, we give it a wash, and then we close that up and we push it back in. As I said a little while ago, you never travel with this full of water. So to empty it, all we need to do is get a bottle, get the pipe, pull the end off there and release that into the bottle, and then when we get to where we're going or whatever, we can put it back in there. Also, when we drain it down for the winter, we do exactly the same. Take that out and drain all the water down so we don't leave any water in for the winter. And that's that. And that's as simple as that for your toilet. So as we come round the caravan then, we make our way inside. So now we're inside the caravan. The first thing we do before we start drawing water in is we have to make sure that the yellow valve down there is in the closed position. Okay, when you want to empty the system, we just lift the valve up into the up position, and then we can empty the water out the system. And that's what we do to drain it down in the winter or when we're travelling. And once we've done that, we also open all the taps and drain all the water down out the system. But for today, we need to make sure that the valve is down, so then we can start drawing water. And once we've done that, we make sure all the taps are closed in case we'd open them to drain it down before we towed it or whatever we did. So always make sure all the taps are down in the down position. And then what we do is we then come up to the control panel and we press power and we turn the power on, and then we press the button for water pump and we turn the water pump on. Once we turn the water pump on, we then go to the tap. There's no water in this at this moment in time because we're getting it ready to go out for your handover. But then what we do is we'd wait for the pump to stop, we'd hear it stop, and then we start opening the taps and bleeding the system out. It will spit and splutter, and then the water will start running. We do it on hot and then we do it on cold, and we do that with all the taps in the caravan just to make sure there's no air in the system. And that's the water system then up, running and bled, so you've got your water, and then you can leave it turned on for the remainder of your holiday. So then what we have to do then, his next job is we've turned the gas on. We need to go into our cooker, and our cooker, we then turn it on. We have the 3 hobs, push it in and put the igniter on and it will ignite. We've got a separate grill and a separate oven that work on exactly the same way. Always make sure that when using the cooker that you have the glass top open, otherwise intense heat could cause it to shatter. Then we have the fridge. To turn the fridge on, we press the button and that turns the fridge on, and then we can move it through the various things using the arrows on the side that will move it through the various settings that we require. So to turn it on, press that, and to turn it off when you finish with it as well, do exactly the same. Okay. The next thing we have to do then is we need to be looking at our hot water and our heating. So this is our fuse box. This is the 240 side, which is the same as at home with all your trip switches, etc. And this one is your 12 volt system. This button here is a reset system. You can actually shut the system down by turning that off. And then we look here and we have our charger, which we have in the down position, so that's on. And then for the water and heating, we need to turn that button on there. Okay, so then to make sure that we get the heating and hot water, we turn that button on. We don't turn that on until the main hot water tank is full of water, which is the first job that we've done. So then for the heating to work, we go up. Now we've turned it on there, and we go to our switches. On the left hand side is for the heating, on the right hand side is for the water. So as you have a look, depending on what setting you wanted, if you want it on electric, on low, because you're on a low ampage site, you put it on 1. If you want higher ampage, you put it on 2. And then on the outside is a thermostat, so you can turn the thermostat to get it hotter or colder, depending how you want it. If you want to run it on gas, you turn it to just gas, which is the one in the middle, and then you have gas and electric 1, gas and electric 2. So you can set it on either one of those settings depending on how you want to run it. For the hot water, we have electric at 60 degrees, electric at 40 degrees, and then we go on to gas, and then gas and electric if we want to run it on gas and electric for boost. In the bathroom we have the toilet, so the flush, we press the button on the top. Then underneath is the flap, which I spoke about. At the moment it's in the closed position, which is to the left. To open it we push it to the right. So when we use it we have it to the right, but we always then close it to the left. When we go to take the cassette out, we always make sure it's to the left and it's closed.